Hello there everybody, I'm Josh Cork and this is your Blue Edge Energy weekly market snapshot. We got a couple quick hits for you and some good narrative at the end. Number one, the natural gas prices remain fairly stable despite all the turmoil the world's in. And number two, the Blue Edge Energy team here has issued its first round of RFPs for 2022 on March 8th. So let's go ahead and just jump right on into it. The March gas contract fell off the books. It's kind of old news by now at $4.56.8 a decatherm. And of course, we set our sights to the next prompt month, which is April. Currently, April closed off the books here on Thursday at $4.63.1 a decatherm. Here's a quick depiction of its price movement over the last 12 months. Pricing is still near record highs as of today, as you can see, and has been high for a while. Now, this bar graph here shows some further data points about the prompt months and its price movement over the last couple different terms. The current regional cash out price in Chicago is $4.48 a decatherm, while for our folks in the western part of the state, Northern Natural Gas Ventura, $4.42.5 a decatherm. Again, these prices are important because we take the average of all the dailies and that becomes our sellback price or our purchase price if we need more gas in a given month. Now, the following graph is a price chart of the next 4 years of futures, which we show you every week. Notice the price trends over time, and as we continue lower and lower as we go further out. Notice also the inflated prices of April and in the coming 7 months out through November, coming up much higher in the summer, even beyond future winter prices. Very, very interesting. Now here's the same information as a bar graph focusing strictly on the winter prices alone. When we look at next winter, November to March, our strip price is $4.88.6. The winter after that, $3.89. If we go out 3 years, $3.71.7 a decatherm. With that all being said, let's go ahead and shift our gears over to the storage report. This week's storage report came in at a negative 124 BCF change to the ground. That was a bit higher than what was anticipated. This does put our current overall ground inventory at 1,519 BCF. To make more sense of that, we're 281 BCF behind last year, and we are 290 BCF below the 5-year average. We have another 2 or 3 weeks left of withdrawals, and then we reverse course and begin the injections for next season. And now, let's impersonate a weatherman here for 30 seconds. The Wisconsin short-term weather forecast is calling for temperatures to move into the 50s starting on Sunday, but my wife just told me we're going to get snow Saturday night down here. I'm not really sure what's going on. Maybe spring will be upon us starting on Sunday. Meanwhile, when we look at the graph for the 8 to 14-day national weather forecast, we're calling for warmer than normal temperatures across most of the nation, with the exception of our friends in the Pacific Northwest. The nation trend in weather does keep trending warmer and warmer as we get the reports coming in. That's a good thing. So let's talk about some parting notes, and some of these are from my good friend Blake here, who knows a lot more about warfare than I do, having served over in Iraq and Afghanistan. So unless Russia blinks, it looks like the war in Ukraine could well bog down into a long slug as Russia lacks the infantry necessary to protect their armor in the offense or to conquer the Ukrainian urban areas. What many commentators miss is that 200,000 soldiers does not mean 200,000 combat soldiers. The U.S. military has a 1 in 10 of the military personnel is a trigger puller, and the rest provide various levels of logistics and support. The Russian military is even leaner, which explains why their vehicles run out of gas. But if one assumes a 1 in 7 is a trigger puller, that equates to 30,000 combat troops. It is to be noted that the New York Police Department is almost twice that size. So it's hard to see how the Russians can win with Putin's war, as it is the infantry that takes and holds ground. However, while Western missiles have provided a solid backbone to the Ukrainian military, they are much better defensive weapons than offensive weapons. Thus, without major weapons shipments of tanks and artillery, it is doubtful that the Ukrainian army can push the Russians out of their country. So again, unless there's a change in the Russian leadership, this could very well be a long war, which would be sad. As for the energy market, continued warfare is going to continue to wreak havoc and put a premium on oil and other commodities. This might be mitigated if our Arab friends that we have ramp up oil production or we get new deals put in place with Iran or Venezuela, but oil is likely to continue being highly volatile. For natural gas, it looks like we're finally heading into spring with its sharply lower residential commercial heating demand. The price is right for expanded drilling of both natural gas and oil in 2022, but the question is how much will we see? A number of companies announced expanded capital expenditures for drilling budgets, but then we also have people in the industry like the CEO of Devon Energy that told Bloomberg TV recently that they will reap the profits and do share buybacks instead of expanding on drilling. So what does this all mean? The answer is unfortunately that we will have continued unpredictable and volatile prices going forward. As mentioned above and earlier, B is currently rolling out the 2022 client RFPs. These RFPs are requesting basis, which is the long-haul transportation bids for periods up to 5 years. Once those deals are in place, it is possible to fix price gases up to that same amount of time, 5 years in this case, in full or in part. These are not decisions anybody has to make now, but you should be considering them with your management team as we look ahead here into the coming months. As always, we're here to help you, so reach out to any one of us on the team, Blake, TJ, Karen, and myself, and on behalf of all of us, wish you a wonderful weekend and take care.